What's going on, YouTube? It's the Couch Media. I'm your host, Dean. This is my co-host, Barry. We're going to be going over our picks of the key fights this past weekend.
Just a recap.
Yeah, just to recap, I didn't get to watch any of the prelims, just the Stoltzfus versus Soriano fight.
Just a key fight recap.
Yep. So we're going to get started with Stoltzfus versus Soriano. Stoltzfus wins via rear naked choke in round 2. I didn't have these guys as a key fight because I'm a casual. But when I was watching, Stoltzfus had a lot of technique. Soriano, he was kind of like your I'm gonna get hit guy, and I'm gonna hit hard guy. So
filthy fucking casual.
And Stoltzfus, neither one of them was guarding with their right hand. They're just letting each other hit each other. And then Stoltzfus started to keep his right hand up. And that's when he was able to just counter immediately after a combo from Soriano. Stoltzfus is definitely someone to look for in the future. He's only 32 years old in the middleweight division. I could see him having a run of maybe this year or next year. But a couple losses, he could be cut. Next fight we got Kelvin Gastelum versus Sean Brady. I got the robbery pick wrong. It actually was a robbery for the viewer. But no, Brady was really good on the ground. He showed a lot of improvement from his last fight against Bilal. And Kelvin he must have just had a really bad weight cut or something. I don't know. But
did you see Sean Brady call out Ian Gary?
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't think Ian takes the fight. I think he's going for money fights now.
Ian's reputation is beyond repair.
Yep.
We've been talking about this. Leave your comments below on, what should Ian Gary do if he can do anything to turn his career around or his reputation around. I think we're both convinced there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, he has to turn full heel at this point. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be known as a cuck, so I don't understand that. If that was his whole plan of being famous that way, I don't know.
I really don't know either.
Yeah. But Brady was doing what I said. He was holding him down, just pushing him against the cage, pressuring him. But I thought Kelvin would at least be able to counter. I didn't realize his takedown defense was so ass. Like, all Brady had to do was level change, and Gastelum was on his back before he knew it. But Brady, he got back on the winning track. I think he's going to have he will have a top 10 opponent. Maybe Gary, but I don't think Gary would.
Ian Gary, he's going to take any fight that comes to him.
If he's a real G.
No, I mean, I don't have any, he's a fighter. I don't have any problem. It's just his home life that we have a problem with. Mm-hmm. So, he's going to take probably any fight. He just probably wouldn't fight Cosmo. That's probably the only guy you probably wouldn't fight.
If he knows he can win, he'll fight him.
Yeah, he's got an inflated ego, kind of like Paddy Pimblett. I just have a feeling he would take any fight that comes to him, and he just assumes he would destroy.
Yep.
Yeah, Sean Brady, he definitely showed that. Well, Kelvin Gastelum, he's not. Remember, he's a dog, folks. So he said he was a dog, and what did he do? He went out there, and
he survived.
He survived.
Yeah.
He fought like a dog. Okay. And that's kind of what we expected out of that guy. And someone like Sean Brady beats a guy like Kelvin Gastelum. It says a little, not a lot.
Yeah, he's going to have to fight someone coming up, or at least his age. But I'm excited for him. It looked like he improved on the ground. a ton. But that may just because Gaslam's washed. I don't know. Next fight, Rob Font versus Figgy. Got this wrong?
Is usually Clay Guida?
No, because he wasn't a key fight.
Clay Guida, I'm going to bring him up really quick because I think he's a key fight.
He would have been if he retired.
I think he's a key fight just because, well, it wasn't. The reason he's not a key fight is the reason he's a key fight to me. And let me explain.
Mm.
When you watch, all y'all who watched, when you watched Clay Guida fight last night, you watched 100% a Clay Guida fight.
Yeah.
There was nothing unusual about that.
Yeah.
And he's been, that's what, his almost 60th fight. And every one of them, he hits that mark. And it's exciting.
Yeah.
So,
I did.
I just wanted to put that
I
out
did
there.
miss that. Like, I should have put him in the key fights because there was a chance he was going to retire. And
But he didn't, which is interesting.
But he's still an exciting fight. I should have known. Like, he's either going to get knocked out or something crazy.
Right. Well, and nothing crazy happened. It's just that's what I was. He's a key fight to me because he wasn't a key fight, and he's been doing this. That's his 59th fight.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. At that, doing it at that level for that long, it's pretty impressive.
Yep. Rob Font versus Figgy. I thought Figgy would be. I didn't think the power would transfer. It did transfer.
And we differed here because I didn't know Figgy. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm Mystic Mac or anything, but I did think that Figgy was a stronger opponent than Dean here originally was giving him credit for. I did think that. Now I didn't know he was gonna win because that was dominant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at first it kind of was a feeling out match. This is what I saw. It's like they were feeling each other out. And then next thing you know, and Figgy's giving him his takedown attempts, and I just think Rob Font got tired. And Figgy's strength actually is there.
Yeah.
After moving up. He may be on steroids.
Rob Font's chin is all a shell of itself now. He can't take a shot anymore. If it goes past the first round in his next fights, just go ahead and count your loss there. For Figgy, he's got some big matchups coming. A lot of fresh matchups now. Peter Yan, he just called out Sean O'Malley.
So Corey Sandhagen.
Corey Sandhagen. Sandhagen should already be fighting Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, I don't understand. That whole weight class right now, it's very fishy. Sugar Sean deserves to be champ. We're Sugar Sean fans, but that whole weight class is fishy right now because you got two butt buddies.
Yeah.
Who shall not be named. We're not gonna talk about them.
Yeah.
We got our lawyer told us not to speak on that issue. But yeah, we're Rob Font sympathizers too, though. So it's super sad to see him lose.
Yeah.
That man's a warrior. That's the thing. We watched him. You could tell when Figgy landed a few big shots, he felt it.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob Font doesn't just have You're right. His chin's deteriorating, but I think it said a lot about Figgy's power too. You think it was just his chin's gone?
It is. And in his next fight, I'm going to pick against Figueiredo no matter what. So I just don't think he has that power. I think Rob Font's chin is just that bad now. Because he used to have a good chin.
I think he still does.
He does not.
I think Figgy's just...
Figgy was barely touching him and he was stumbling all over the cage.
I don't know. I guess we'll just have... History will tell the tale. Because if he goes and he dominates the bantamweight division, then we know our answer. Because I think Rob Font's still a dog. I'm a sympathizer of Rob Font. I don't want to believe that his chin's just garbage.
But do you think Figgy's just a god of war?
No, I do
36.
think he's powerful.
He's 36.
He may be on steroids. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do believe he does have some level of power. Is he like the hardest hitting flyweight, bantamweight that the world's ever seen? No.
He's up
he
there.
Could be, yeah.
He's
but
up there.
He's up there, but like it's not world ender power.
Mm.
He's not a world ender. But it's like it's there. I hear the pop on his shots.
That's just
I see the reactions.
That's Rob Font's chin cracking each time.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. Rob Font may retire too. He's taken a shit ton of damage. Same with this next fight, Jalen Turner versus Bobby Green.
That was amazing.
A crazy stoppage. It was a little late or a little early. It was a little early. I think I saw Bobby Green still twitching.
Yeah, it was a little early.
That was crazy, dude. I legitimately was thinking Bobby's going to have to retire now.
I'm thinking Dana did that on purpose.
Yeah, he's retiring fighters
said,
now.
If Jalen's on top, let it go.
Oh,
let it go.
We're trying to retire this guy.
Yeah, get Bobby out of there. We've had enough.
I know. That's like the first time a main card fight has gone like a late stoppage. It's usually early.
Well, that's the first thing I said to Dean while we were watching this was, I want to see every fight end that way.
Yeah, I would rather.
We don't, but we do. We'd rather have that.
I'd rather it be
than
that
an early stoppage where
Yeah.
it's left up, because these guys did sign the waivers.
Yeah,
they're in there. They know the risk, and Bobby has no quarrels about it. He's
Mhm.
probably like, it's fight. I fight. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And so, us as fans, we don't want to see people get irreversible brain damage, but that is what they signed up for.
Yeah.
So, give them what they want, kind of thing.
He finished him in round 1. Straight right hand, dropped him, got on top, started beating his head in, and he went to sleep 3 or 4 times. But Jalen Turner, he cannot be in lightweight. It's just a matter
When
of
they
time.
asked Bobby Green after, he was like, "Yeah, it's either 1 or 2 he got me with."
You don't know.
This is a left or I can't remember if he got me in left or right.
But Jalen, he's going to have to move up eventually. It's either going to be he's going to have to miss weight next fight, or he's just going to move up next fight.
Eventually he will. So, but then he would just be in there with
He'd still be bigger than everybody.
Yeah, but then he'd be in there with
Shavkat, Leon.
He'd be
Leon
in
is
there
the
with
champ.
Leon. That's what
Leon's
I meant.
6 foot.
Yeah, and this guy's 6'3".
170 now.
Excuse me.
That's crazy, man. Because if you're 6'3", you're automatically middleweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight.
That's what you're thinking with folks. You'll see a lot of taller guys. They'll take that really extreme though. We saw 155 is really extreme for someone 6'3". That's extreme. I don't know how.
Maybe it's the bone structure.
It has to be. There's something to it, because I remember, like, back before these new techniques. I don't know what they're doing to lose weight now, but back before that, you would look a 6'3" person at 155 would look like a Holocaust survivor. Now Jalen Turner looked still very physically in shape.
Yeah, he did.
Very able-bodied.
I think,
and then obviously you get a day and a half or a day to rehydrate, whatever. And of course, you're only getting better from there. So.
Yep. Bobby was lackadaisical with his guard. It ended up costing him. He was like, I don't understand that striking from different angles.
Low.
Yeah, because
I
feel like it's faster if it's a piston.
It is.
It's right in your face.
Everything is, and staying up here. This is where sports gets interesting, because think about every great player. Every great player or great fighter has a thing that they probably shouldn't do. Like, they would probably be told not to do. We're talking about great fighters, not just good fighters. Good fighters can just use technique the whole way through. But there's a certain level where the people that are hardest to beat do what they're not supposed to do. So there is something to it, but you have to be masterful. You can't just walk in there and think you're Dominic Cruz.
And even the greats, it don't work, because Dominic Cruz, he got caught. Anderson Silva,
and you always
will
get caught. Right. Yeah. But there are people who, like Floyd Mayweather, never gets caught. But he also does the Philly shell, and everybody's got something different. Use your differences to your advantage. But if you're going to walk in there with your hands down, you're going to die. Yeah. At some point, you're going to die.
I didn't think.
And we watched a man die.
I didn't think it was time for Bobby to retire, but now, after the end of the fight, I do.
He can't get a win.
It's just sad the ref let an elderly get snatched.
He would just be the gatekeeper of pay-per-views. He wouldn't even be the gatekeeper of top fives or anything like that. He'd just be gatekeeper of fight nights and pay-per-views.
But he is a big enough draw to get a boxing match with Jake Paul. And I think he could win that fight.
I would take. I mean, look, if I'm a washed UFC fighter, I'm calling Jake Paul. So.
Yeah, but he ain't answering.
Well, that's funny because that's who he all want, that's all he wants to fight.
Yeah, but if he has a chance of losing, no way.
Well, he fought Tommy Fury, and
Well, that was because everybody was on his case at that point. You're like, you have
we're
to
still
fight.
on his case. Jake.
Yeah,
Jake Paul, we're still on your case. We need you to fight a real boxer.
Mhm.
We need you in there fighting the likes of. How much does he weigh?
200.
Is it? So he's light heavyweight.
I don't know. I don't care.
We need to be seeing him fight some killers. So
Moving on. Our main event, Benny versus Armin. Armin will be a straight right KO.
it looked like a knee at first, but it was really that right. That did it.
Well, the knee like bounced his head off, like his guard.
Yeah.
And then I guess he, there's so much going on. And that right hand was already in his face before he knew it.
Now look, I'm gonna defend Dean here. He had Beneil winning that fight, but there is a stat that showed he's 6-2 as an underdog. So if you made that pick, not even that egregious. Beneil is a force, and he is a guy that they put the up and comers against, and he'll teach them a lesson. So
Well, now that's what he's going to be getting. Before he fought Olives to get to the title.
right
Now at 34, I think he's going to be being fed to the wolves, or no, he's going to be getting fed to the wolves until he can prove himself again. But lightweight is very stacked. I don't see him sticking around. I think he moves up eventually.
I think you could be right, but I think he gets a win, maybe gets a couple wins, right, in his division. Armand Tsarukyan.
Who does he beat?
Just low level, gatekeeping guys, right?
He can't. He has to fight an up and comer like Armin Tsarukyan now. He has to prove himself.
So he fights an up and comer. He gets a couple wins on him. And then Armand Tsarukyan probably he's getting another win probably on his next guy, maybe.
But Benny,
and then Beneil I'd say Beneil could probably fight Tsarukyan again.
That's insane because Beneil is going to have to fight a killer 25-year-old male.
Yeah.
And he's going to get killed.
He might if he doesn't win, he's out.
But I think he needs to move up so he don't have to deal with the killers of lightweight. Because Armin is he's not as good as these younger guys coming up. And I can't even think of any off the top of my head. Fazeev. He might get a Fazeev fight, Benny. Benny versus Fazeev.
Yeah.
Both coming off losses.
Well, that's what I mean. Like Beneil's only path to victory is just getting a couple wins and then getting his either a rematch with Tsarukyan and taking the fight to the ground probably is his way to go against Tsarukyan. I mean, he probably doesn't even know where to begin on how to defend that Tsarukyan on the feet.
And that'll do it for this one, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be doing key fights every week, or every time there's a fight. I'm going to send it over to Barry for future episodes of Daily Dumb.
Got another Daily Dumb in the works. I'm just not trying to rush it. We're going to get it out there to you folks, and hopefully y'all are liking it, and hopefully y'all tune in for that next one.
Yep. Please leave some feedback, leave a like, comment, and please subscribe. We'll see you next time.